Welcome to your Support Group Podcast, home of the #1 podcast that supports you at what you like to do. As always, oh man, this is this has been a week. Kenny and Q. All right, so let's see. Let's see how we start this week. This week was kind of strange. We had Keke Palmer with baby daddy issues. And shout out to her too. That's my boo. I always loved me some Keke Palmer back during Aquila and the B. But I always have this thing where she was going to try to break from the childhood image, and then she had the baby, and now she popping out the baby body. Hey, she got baby daddy issues, not husband issues. Understand the difference.
Right.
And then also this week, we kind of sort of went viral.
Over to some foolishness.
I don't understand what happened. Q, your camera kind of blurry. Is that something?
I don't understand why though. Let me see. Oh,
that looks way better.
Okay.
Yeah. But we kind of sort of went viral. And I don't understand how we went viral. Out of all the things that we talk about on this show, for that short, for that reel, for that small little clip, but somehow we went viral for talking about tips. I don't know. Maybe it's, something in the air that probably caused us to go viral for talking about tips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Q, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start this one off because I know you got a lot to say.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is that tipping wasn't even originally American custom. They brought that over here from Europe.
Correct.
And it's very rooted in racism if you look at the history of it. It was a means for employers not to pay freed slaves a livable wage. They paid them very low.
Facts.
And they encouraged the consumer to make up that difference with what? Tips. So, and a lot of times if they didn't feel like they wanted to tip you because you were, or they wanted to make you do extra for an extra 50-cent tip, they would do that. That's the first part we're going to talk about. It's very rooted in racism, because why is it our job as consumers to do what somebody who is supposedly a business owner, why is that my responsibility? I don't own the business. Right. I don't. So instead of shifting the focus to the consumer, our concern should be talking to these wealthy people who have these businesses. That is the first part. The other part we're going to talk about is understanding the assignment. The assignment was, do you tip at pickup order?
Question mark.
That is a basic
question mark.
Yes. Yeah. Or no. Your response should be, yes, I tip. And if you care to elaborate, ... Or no, I don't tip, ... So if your response involves anything other than that, I feel like you on the struggle bus. You on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
Because you can't even handle me in a debate, because number one, you're talking about bringing things into the conversation that have nothing to do with the question.
Why are we talking about eyebrows?
You want to know if I work in the service industry. One guy was speculating, she must not make no money. She can't afford.
My favorite one is they tip their weed, man. Listen.
Right.
My lips are pink. Brown lips normally are smoker lips. Some people naturally have brown lips, but my lips are pink. Ain't no weed going in my system. Plus, I can't smoke. it makes me nauseated. So why?
Yeah, bringing up things like we smoke weed. I'm like, who puts these? Where will? And you can go back and look at all the videos we've made. Where have we ever discussed that we smoke weed or smoke cigarettes or whatever? Where is that in any
Listen, the
video?
most I do is vape. That's it. That's all I do is vape.
I don't even do that
But
because I don't even know what
ain't
that
no weed in
involves.
here. Ain't no weed in here. This is just nerves. I got daughters. They just talk. I gotta be able to take in all this womanly talking.
Yeah, and just the assumptions. It's like, how do you know what they say when you make an assumption? You make
An ass out
you
of
know
you
what?
and me. Where's my sensor button? Yeah, you make a out of you and me, and you will not make a out of me or Q. Because I want to
right.
check some of the people that's in the comment section and say this. If you got in there, because I removed a lot of comments that said and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like immediately, like as soon as I seen them pop up, I was like, blip, just delete. Because I knew, like I said in the comment section, I knew Q was coming. And listen, y'all's not going to disrespect my partner in crime. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all not going to disrespect her like that. I let the eyebrow thing because I'm pretty sure she can handle that herself. But all the other name calling and stuff, like that's uncalled for, man. You shouldn't be doing that. If you got to come to a post, a social media post, to call somebody up out their name or to say something racist about black people, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. That's not trolling. That's just something was wrong with you socially. Like you probably at home fat as hell eating donuts. And you want to talk about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You probably got 4 necks and probably hide little biscuits in between the necks. Listen, your mama she probably a hoe. You never know. You want to talk about people, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, like, I wanted to go in so many times, but I was catching people in their own comments. Like the one guy said, black people don't tip. I said, why would you say a thing like that? You know, about black people. That's not fair. Well, I'm half black. So I said, well, that means you don't tip half the time, right? You set your own self up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Q, she's a writer. She's a poet. She knows how to work them words. Me, I'm an actor. Stage plays and all that. And comedy too. I've done stand-up comedy. And also too, like I really have like a undercover asshole gene. I got to go back and edit that. I'll fix it. I got an undercover that will come after you. But for the sense of just keeping everything balanced, you know what I'm saying? Because we wanted that response, you know what I'm saying? We wanted a good response, but some of the things was just out of pocket, you know, and you need to check yourself before you come to this comment section on your support group Instagram page, because I will tell you what, depending on the day.
Right. Like I had time. You like, sir, you got a lot going on. You might not you at least need to be cuter than me before you try to come for my anything. You gotta be cuter than me.
I'm like, bruh, why you talking junk and your forehead start back further than mine and I'm bald? And then your braids is like calling on one another for long distance. Like, yeah, man, we just can't just find a way to get together.
The other part I wanted to talk about is not arguing with fools, which I had already talked about that earlier in the week. And then this clip went viral, and obviously there were a lot of fools in the comment. One guy said something to the effect of, you cheap fast food eating person. So if we're talking about tips, most fast food restaurants don't ask for tips. So again, you're stupid. You're on the struggle bus. What is your comment even doing for anything? Like you're just dumb, sir. Sit down.
Sir, sir. We asked the question of, do you tip for pickup? What the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Why are you coming to the comment section?
Because they just wanted something to say. Like I said, a lot of people this is how the internet has made us. Not we as in me and you, but people it's easier and wonderful to believe the worst about someone. So you can just jump in the comments and just start hurling off a bunch of insults, as opposed to taking time to do the investigation to find out what the actual conversation is all about, because that would be too much like work. So let me just say something negative, because that's what we do nowadays, knowing that if you were on your job and someone asked a question, that you would just respond to the question that was asked. You wouldn't start calling your supervisor a B or a H or whatever other words, colorful words that you want to use, because you know better. And another girl, I had to go to her comments. Not her comments, but I went to her inbox. Like, ma'am, don't let the smooth talk fool you. I grew up in the hood. You can do, like, I would cut your ass out.
You about made Q go to Louisiana, and she almost guaranteed an ass whooping.
Yeah, I said, look, I had to let her know. And of course she blocked me. She didn't respond. But like, bitch, don't come asking me what the I'm talking about and then turn your mentions off, because I will let you know what the I'm talking about. And if you ever come to Hillsborough County in Florida, look me up on the internet and I can tell you what I'm talking
about. look, the whole entire time I'm like,
and I was in New Orleans having a great time. Like,
I know that was the part that I was like, as soon as you said that, I was like, I know Q. I'm about to just, and so the next couple of reels and shorts and stuff like that, I didn't tag you because that was my biggest worry. I'm like, look, she on vacation. I don't want nothing else to go viral while she's on vacation, and then making comments. And then she like, Kenny, look, these mugs is driving me crazy. So
it wasn't even a point about driving crazy. It was just annoying, because to me, it's very sad that people are so slow to think, because that's the way the internet has made people, like, very slow to think, very quick to respond. We have 2 ears, 1 mouth. You're supposed to listen twice as much as you speak. And when you do that, you learn how to respond to what is being said, because you're listening to the conversation instead of just spouting things off the top of your head because I just want to say something. I want to be rah, rah, rah. Okay, well, be rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, it wasn't justified to have the books that we had inside the comment section talking about tipping. And then the one dude was like, yeah, you don't tip for pickup, fine. No, you better hope they don't remember you. I said, for their sake, they better hope they don't remember me, because the thing is this: if you do something to somebody's food, that don't reflect on just you. That reflects on the whole entire restaurant. So hopefully the lawyer don't see this comment section. And so that's why I said, okay. And I put a little camera thing up there and said, yeah, I took a picture of it. Yeah. Because if I ever come across you working in a restaurant and you said something like that,
well, let's talk about that comment. If I order something from a restaurant, the basic expectation is that when I go there to pick it up, it will be packaged and ready for me to take to my house, because it's not going to magically appear in my house. No. I got to take my gas that's in my car and drive to the location to pick it up. Am I allowed to go in the kitchen
No,
and scoop it out of the pot
no,
and put it on? Can I do that?
no,
Because I'm not allowed back there. So how
no,
else is it going to get packaged?
no.
And let me just say
Or can I
this.
body snatch and turn into the waitress and then go back there and go get it? Because I see I'm on some crazy stuff just like y'all. Just like y'all. So
Yeah.
I'm a body snatch and turn into the waitress and go back there. No.
And let me just say this too. Now, I tip on pickup orders, and I'm going to tell you 99.99% of the time, the order is wrong. So I've tipped for what?
Badass
I get to my
service.
house, and half of the time, a whole meal is missing. And I have to give up my meal because I'm the one, because my husband gets on me a lot. He says, how many times I have to tell you to check the order before you leave the restaurant?
Yep. Because my wife, she'll do
so
that too.
I've learned to do that now.
Yeah. My wife would just dip with the whole order and I'll be like, yo, did you check it before you left? She was like, no. I was like, well, they put mayonnaise on my sandwich. She's like, you can have my sandwich. I was like, nah, just scrape off the mayonnaise.
Yeah. So it's like, and that was the whole gist of the conversation. It's like, we are being conditioned to accept less while we are expected to do more, to do the things for these wealthy people who don't pay taxes, who look for ways not to pay their employees, but they want us to fill in the difference.
Because it reflects on their taxes because of the amount of payroll that they have to kick out. So if they only paying somebody $2 an hour, 10 employees $2 an hour, they're only paying out $20 an hour. So they're marking their stuff down as a loss. The other part that I want to get at is the part where everybody was like, oh, it's a printout on a receipt. You think they're going to just change the receipt? Listen, I understand that part. And I understand also too that, and this is just to help everybody who thinks that your support group is on the short bus. I understand too how these credit card companies, these debit card companies, these ATM companies, all that stuff work. They get a little pushback or a little kickback credit too for the whole amount. So they want you to tip so they can get that credit, that money back from the whole amount. But the question was, do you tip? It doesn't matter what the science is behind it. Nobody cares that it prints out on the receipt. Listen, I went to a restaurant yesterday and they had a basket, and I will post that picture right now of, do you tip right here for to-go orders, please and thank you. So when I hear people say, oh, it's on a receipt, no, a lot of places got baskets up there for you to tip to-go orders.
Right.
This is what we was talking about. Do you tip to-go orders? We wasn't talking about the whole science behind it. We wasn't talking about all this other mess about working in the industry and all this stuff. Do you tip for to-go orders? And it was so hard. And I understand why many years ago we had this issue with what color is this dress, because y'all can't make up y'all mind. Y'all can't make up y'all mind about nothing. It's a human thing. Like it's not all humans either. It's not all humans, because it was some people in there that made good sense, good points. You know, yes, I tip for this, I tip for that. Okay, cool. But it was some of y'all that got in there and got a little bit braggadocious, like, yeah, I tip this, I tip that, if I'm not, and I look down on you're a support group because y'all don't tip. Listen, did you watch the whole entire reel? Because in that reel, we say we tip a couple of dollars every once in a blue. It's never that we never tip for to-go orders. Just like even that place that I said I went to the other day that had the basket in front, I threw a couple of bucks in there because it was a to-go order.
Pretty soon, they're going to have a restaurant where it's just one person in the front. They're going to direct you to go back to the kitchen. You're going to cook your own food. You're going to plate your own food. You're going to bring it to the table. And at the end, they're going to hand you a receipt that says, this is how much you owe. Please tip. And know what a lot of y'all going to do? You're going to do it. You're going to pay all the money, because there's a saying that says the enemy wants you ignorant, because he wants you to love ignorance so that you hate knowledge. Wealthy people do not pay for things that they don't see a value added or in the good or the service. That's how
Right.
they stay wealthy. They push that off onto you because they know you're going to feel obligated to do it. You're going to feel like, oh, if I don't do it, people are going to think less about me. Instead of you asking questions like those wealthy people do. And
Right.
that was what we were doing, asking a question.
Right.
But go ahead on.
Because I know, right? Because wealthy people don't play the lottery. They don't play that. Go to a wealthy neighborhood and go to the convenience store in a wealthy neighborhood and see if they got the lottery in there. Listen, it's real simple, right? If you're gonna excuse me, if you're gonna remain ignorant during a little simple topic like this, how are you gonna accumulate knowledge to elevate yourself or better yourself or anything? It just blows my mind that they took something so small, like, do you tip for pickup? And it just went. And Q, for the life of me, I've never seen nothing like that. It's not like I haven't been expecting for one of our posts or something to go viral. Shit, I post them every week, every day. They go everywhere on all platforms. So check it out. Shameless plug. So check it out. Instagram, TikTok, yeah, your support groups everywhere. Even Pandora. Is your favorite podcast on Pandora? No. We your new favorite podcast. You should listen to us on Pandora. But it just blows my mind. I'm just still stunned. Like, did this really just happen in 1 week?
Yeah.
And I know we are deserving of going viral. We should be a viral podcast. But the amount of ignorance and amount of short bustivity, new word, short bustivity, that happened in the comment section over a simple question, man. Y'all, not everybody, but some of y'all need to really get it together. And if you sitting at home and you're upset and you're mad and you're feeling all alone, and then you come to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any type of social media, and you want to lash out, just DM me. I'll send you a DM hug. Just like that. And this way, when you go to the comment section of somebody else's stuff that took their time to put it out there, a question or some knowledge, and when you go in there and you get ready to do something ignorant, you say, "Dang, I do feel good. Kenny gave me a hug." And then you leave the comment section, or you like it, or you say one little simple line like yes, no, or wow, this really excited me. And then you leave it alone.
And then leave a tip, since you like the tip so much. We take tips. We got cash apps.
Listen. I wanted to say that so bad, but listen, with the whole entire time, I'm thinking to myself, like, because I know the post has the little stars thing or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. Everybody talking about, oh, I tip this person, I tip that person, or I do this and I do that, and I tip. But it's a little button there you could have hit and left me at least 1 cent. Left the whole podcast 1 cent. Look, me and Q could have split up 10 cents.
Yeah.
A nickel a piece. It don't matter.
So obviously you don't tip all that good because you ain't tipped us.
Yeah,
we still waiting.
Your 9 tippers. Now, how you feel now? Huh?
Cheapskates.
Your cheapskates. Yeah. Your Blaxicans and your black whites and your black and purples. Yeah, your skin is orange and blue and pink. Yeah. How you feel now, huh? It don't feel so good, right? Just ignorant. Like, I'm here to tell you, every place, and this is just me just doing corrective talking, every place I've ever went to where there's a bunch of black people, I've never not seen any money left behind for tips.
Mhm.
So I don't know where this stigma or this rumor that black people don't tip. Every place I've been with other black people, they tip. Sometimes it's not a
Right.
whole lot, but they still tip.
Right.
I've been to some places with some white people and they was like, well, the service sucked. And they left up out of there with no tip.
Right.
And then I have to be the one to be like, yeah, okay. Like,
Right.
listen, I don't want that rumor because they're not going to look at you. They're going to look at me and say,
Right.
oh, he ain't tip.
Yeah.
Because I already know
Right.
how the stigma in this rumor works. And I'm here to tell you, like, we got to stop it with these stigmas.
Mhm.
Because if you just have a simple one for black people with tipping, I can imagine all the other stigmas you have about black people and other races of people on a regular basis. So stop it. Love one another. Respect one another. And stay out of my partner in crime DMs, because if you hop in her DMs, I'm hopping in your ass.
Oh, they ain't
Yeah,
that crazy.
Yeah, we'll jump you. We'll jump you. I'm telling you, we'll jump you. Yeah, we'll catch you in one of these states. And that's another thing too. Like, don't think that we can't find you. She's in the military, and I know everybody in every state. So trust me, we can find you. We'll show up to your door with the phone like this. Yeah. So you, hey, you left this. Hey, don't ignore it. Don't peep out your window. You left this comment right here. Huh? That was you? That was you? Yeah, but all jokes aside, if nobody told you that they love you today, we do. As always, you can check out all our stuff. It's on all platforms. But if you need some help, it's at www.ysgpodcast.com. And if you want to comment, you want to leave likes and shares, I love it. I love it. But remember, keep it cool, man. Just keep it cool. Like, you can have your little nerfs and everything like that, in your little innuendos and stuff like that. Keep that to yourself. But keep it cool
Be
in the comment
respectful.
section.
Like,
Yeah, like
you don't have to agree with everything we say, but be respectful. Be mindful that we are people just like you are. And if you don't think you would walk up to me and say the things that you're about to type
to my
don't type
face.
them.
To my face.
Right.
If you can't say it to my face, because I'm
Then don't
6'3",
type it.
220. Say it to my face. Nah, listen, I'm not trying to start nothing or anything
Right.
like that. But
It's
I am
just
6'3".
go back to just learning how, like, that was another conversation we had too. Learn how to use basic civility, how to talk to people, how to be human to one another. It's that simple.
Yes. And with that, peace. Yes, support.